The second book is Inspiring Leadership. So there I have focused on the important role of leaders, how leaders, we call it as father figures or mother figures. Everybody in India in a school looks up to the principal or head teacher as somebody who knows everything, who can find a solution to everything, who's an inspiring figure, who is somebody one has to emulate. And therefore, if the principals become the role model for their institutions, that becomes a very, very important thing. And the research also supports, I'm sure you will endorse it, that a large percentage of the students' attainment and success depends on the quality of principalship, the quality of leadership. So my second book is devoted to that. But more importantly, your question, demands that I mention it here. I refer to 2016 when we started this journey. At that time, we did an advocacy. We wrote several articles in the newspaper, and we gave a policy input to the government of India, that how government of India in its policy has to specifically mention about the SDGs and the global citizenship in particular. And I'm very happy to share with you that in the preamble of the new policy, which is called National Education Policy 2020, in the preamble itself, it is mentioned that our school system will foster the values enshrined in sustainable developmental goals. And later on in one of the chapters, it very clearly mentions that global citizenship is one of the values which will inculcate in our students. So this is something that I'm very, very happy about. Based on that, 2 years later, the UNESCO, since I had participated in the discussions and several panels and things like that, they asked me to put up a position paper on India, and particularly on the teacher's perspective. And that became a trigger for me and my other friends to ensure that in the pre-service teacher education programs, global citizenship becomes one of the modules. And I'm very happy to tell you that we succeeded there also. We came out 3 years ago with a new teacher education program called Integrated Teacher Education Program, ITEP, which is a 4 years pre-service program, unlike previous 1 or 2 years programs. And that program has a module on global citizenship. So
Excellent.
while talking on the past, now I'm at this particular juncture where I think that what we actually want to achieve is something which can only be bridged by a very good education around these topics. So currently I'm engaged in teacher development, leadership development, writing, discussing in the forums wherever I could influence. I'm also part of the several bodies in India which are working at the policy level. And I'm making a very humble contribution because I think that the citizenship education, which transcends to global citizenship education, and the values from empathy and equity and sharing and caring, compassion, collaboration, we have to transcend to those 17 sustainable developmental goals, so that people do not think that these 17 goals are something externally thrusted thing on the people.